Oh, damn it.
Welcome to
Okay.
Fox and Friends.
Welcome to the view.
Did we start?
Oh,
Oh.
it's recording.
Oh.
Oh, what's
Oh.
up?
Nice.
We can just like time stamp ahead of this and be like, don't watch the beginning.
Yeah.
Or your local
Who's
Or
gonna
do-
lead the?
friendly teens.
Jordan,
Hello.
you have to start with the start page.
Start page.
It's glad I loaded it twice because
Follow is a game.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Andrew, if you can read it
Go
in
ahead.
your voice.
Follow is a game about working together to achieve a common goal. Slay the dragon, cure a disease, overthrow a tyrant. Get your candidate elected. We'll pick a quest together to decide what kind of game we want to play. Can we stay united and succeed? Or will our differences tear us apart? We'll play and find out. Follow isn't about us coming up with the best plan or some clever solution. No, idiot. It's about seeing what these characters do, for better or worse. We will even intentionally make bad choices because they seem like decisions our characters would make.
Fun.
But even if we do everything perfectly, our quests may fail. As our players, we can push for the outcome we want to see, but we cannot guarantee it. Our story may surprise us, and that's part of the fun. Read this page aloud to introduce the game.
Hey, we did it.
Okay, so now we pick our quest.
All right.
Also, make sure we talk loud enough because the camera is like 10 feet away from us.
All
Be
right.
very loud.
Be very loud when you talk.
All right.
Our quest is the heist.
The
The
Done.
heist.
Wait,
The
wait, wait.
heist.
Wait. What's our quest?
I'm sorry. Our quest is the heist. Moving on.
Kowalski analysis.
All right. Get the loot. Don't get caught. We're criminals, or would-be criminals, thieves, robbers, hackers, or con artists. The actual robbery could happen anywhere in the story, but the quest isn't complete until we get away. All right, so we're gonna customize. Oh, never mind. We just shut up as soon as I was like- Okay, so what's the score? What are we stealing, ladies and gents?
We are stealing.
Dem alien cheeks.
We're
From Area
raiding
51.
Area
We
51.
are raiding Area 51, ladies and
They
gentlemen.
can't stop all of us.
They cannot. And by
We are
all of us, we mean 4 of us. Wait.
Are we an old crew or a new crew? Are we experienced criminals or newbies lured by an opportunity?
I've never met any of you before in my life.
There's a mix of them. Well, I've met
Oh, that's true. It's like two factions. Because I have to have known you before.
Me and Sophie have history. Me and Prin. Prin Cave. Well,
She left me in a cave.
We have to introduce the characters at some point, right?
wait. That's after we decide our things.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's a new crew with old tensions.
Yeah, a new crew with old vibes. You know. Vibes
I like
check.
that. I like that.
Vibe
I like
check.
that.
All right. What makes our quest difficult? Well, it's well guarded, ladies and gentlemen, and
We're inexperienced.
Blindfolded
Together.
and experienced. We think we know what we're doing now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's how hard can it be? hard is
right.
Well, we'll
Wow.
We'll see. All right, so we're gonna introduce our characters now, and we're gonna start off with Mr. Shaftwell over there.
I'm Chad Shaftwell. I'm kind of a natural at this. And my secondary character is I'm Shaft Chadwell, kind of an unlucky criminal. I'm new to this. What's going on? Who are you? My cousin let me come in on this job here.
All right.
Chad Shaftwell. Chad Shaftwell. I'm in it for the money. We can sell these alien cheeks on eBay. And I want revenge. You know what you did.
All right. Is it my turn? All right.
And we're back to the view.
Hi, I'm Prin Cavewell, and one time I got left in a cave in Kuwait. Not naming any names, but some bad crap happened with somebody here, and I'm an amateur, but I'm ready. And also my other character is Alvarado Speakwell, and he is old and wise.
How well spoken.
I know. Oh, I want trust, and also fame, because
I don't trust anybody.
well, that's gonna be a problem.
All right. Good evening. I am Bronwyn Shagwell. I am a spy at MI6. I am the man on the inside, and I don't know any of you besides one of you, and we ran into each other a few times in maybe Kuwait. Maybe it had something to do with the cave. Not quite sure about that one. But anyway, I'm the man on the inside. I know a little bit about the field. And my minor character is Mad Lad. You know, he's mad. He's a hardened criminal. He doesn't kick your butt.
What an absolute mad.
And what I want from Sophie is forgiveness for Kuwait.
I'll never forgive you.
You want Sophie's choice.
Stop.
Naturally.
All right.
Well, I'm average well because I'm just, ordinary citizen, don't know I'm here.
Just one name.
Just
not
because. That's all. Look,
Is that the first name or the last
that's
name?
my entire name.
It's your whole name.
Average
It's
will,
my
average
name.
will.
I like it.
And
Well, my minor character is Crimewell. I want to be a criminal. I'm not that great at it, but I'm gonna succeed. We're gonna do this,
all right.
What I want from the quest is principles. What I want from little Mad Lad over here is support. That
I don't give support to anybody.
Yeah. So. That's
All
it.
right.
Just intelligence.
Okay.
It's a test.
So what's next?
Alright, now what on earth is going on?
Now, we're going to go to our instructions.
Did we pick our challenges?
We have not yet.
Oh, do we do that on screen?
Yes.
We do it on screen.
We'll do it live!
In front of our live studio audience!
Oh yeah!
We love our fans, ladies and gentlemen.
Falls light.
Exactly.
I think it's starting
To complete our quest, our fellowship will face 3 challenges. We won't know the challenges that will confront us at the start. We'll only know as they arise. Each challenge. Thank you. You're too kind. Stop it. Keep going. Anyway, each challenge is something we need to do to move closer to our goal. If we succeed at a challenge, we are more likely to succeed at a quest. If we fail, or ignore or refuse the challenge, it doesn't mean the quest is immediately failed, but it means it makes us harder for us to win in the end. You must pick challenges from the quest sheet, but your choices and the order in which you put them in, that's how you say words. Thank you, you're too kind. Define the flavor of your game. 2 sessions using the same quest might follow completely different arcs. Do we start our heist assembling a team and figuring out how to get into the vault? Or do we start with the loot already in hand and spend the rest of the game trying to get away? Do we spend our scenes scheming and planning or running around, guns blazing? We won't know until we play. For each of the 3 rounds, we follow the same steps. Pick our challenge, describe why it is difficult, play scenes to explore how our characters deal with the challenge and each other. Draw stones to see if the fellowship succeeds or fails at the challenge, and whether any of our characters were lost or betrayed by the fellowship.
Betrayed.
The 3rd challenge is different. Its outcome determines the success or failure of the entire quest, but our wins or loses in the first 2 challenges will influence our chances of victory. After the 3rd challenge is resolved and we've seen whether the fellowship succeeded at the quest, we'll play a short epilogue to look at the characters' lives after the quest. After all was said and done, was the quest worth it to all of them?
Yeah.
No, it was not.
All right. Play 1. Start a challenge. Choose a player to pick the next challenge. It must be someone who has not picked one already. What? This says play 1. What is the next challenge?
All right.
So I wasn't listening, so.
So what are the challenges?
Challenges.
There's a
Case the
challenge
joint.
sheet. It
Yeah.
says their challenges from the quest sheet.
We can case the joint.
Okay.
Get this layout or security plan. Get equipment we need. What is it? Acquire the keys. Who has them and what are they? Actual keys, a security code, a combination, there's a lot of semantics. Defeat security. What security? Get someone on the inside. Break in, get away, lay low, cover our tracks, find and eliminate the rat.
Ratty.
The rats, we have the rat's name. So, Get rid of evidence. Fence the goods.
Okay, so
Which is why I come in for the wealth.
who wants to pick the first challenge?
Should we just start like?
Do we only do 3 of these?
I think it's this.
So then
yeah.
what 3 do we want to do?
Well, we have to get the layout and security plan. It's obviously a government base.
But if we do that and then get you on the inside, then we only can do one of the end game ones.
I'm already on the inside.
Oh.
Yeah, we should.
I'm the man on the inside.
Yeah.
You don't
we should
get me
do
on
get
the
the
inside,
layout. Maybe
Get the layout, break
we,
in,
We need
And
that
then
index
fence the
cover
good.
or cover our tracks.
Oh, okay.
Nothing good.
It says like I think we need that index card in the middle because we have to copy down the challenges we write with each person, and then it like keeps going.
What?
It says copy your first challenge from the quest sheet to the top third of the index card, along with the name of the player who picked it. Each additional challenge will fill another third of this card, creating a record of your quest.
Yeah, I think we just have one.
Wait, so
Yeah.
we do the amount of challenges depending on the amount of people we have.
What? No.
Each player picks a challenge.
Really?
No, we only do
I
3.
thought it was 3, and the final one determines the outcome of your whole thing. If that's the case, who has good handwriting? We're gonna go with you.
I have terrible handwriting,
My hearing, so.
but I
And
can do
everyone
it.
else's
Excuse me.
divided
Yeah,
into
that's fair.
thirds. If we divide this into thirds, apparently we have to like fill that out.
No, yours is definitely.
That's crazy. I've never been the best at anything.
Okay, so we can't like, pick. We're not supposed to pick the challenges together because like the person who picks the
I'm
challenge
sorry.
has
Wait.
to
Can
decide
you
which
say that
character.
again? What did you say?
You missed such a great joke. Did you hear it?
No.
When she said
She said
when she was bragging about her handwriting.
yeah, you were like you're the best.
And
then
then
you
I said I've never been the best at anything. Oh God, you're too kind. Oh.
Well, anyway, that's all we have time for today.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
for tuning
watching.
into The View.
So, and again, apologies to Matt Damon. We ran out of time.
Good times.
Okay. So.
So who's number one?
Oh, do you know what we don't we have to like preface the card and like split into thirds?
Yeah, it needs to be in thirds. It needs to look like this. And then we have to write each challenge and whoever picked it. And then the person, then after we pick challenges,
You put me in charge. It's your mistake.
It will be your downfall.
It would be your greatest mistake.
Sorry, I just got a word reference there.
That reminded me of the original.
I was referencing it to God of War and his cold, dead heart.
No one plays.
Anyway, what if we just sang the next 18 lines? All right, who wants to pick first? Chad Shaftwell, it looks
Does that
like.
mean it's me?
Love decisiveness. Okay. Chad?
Picking the first challenge.
Chad, what would you like to do first?
But we can't steal anything before we break in. We're going right into it. Straight into breaking in.
Break in.
Break
We're gonna
in?
break into the joint.
Break in.
Area 51. Or should we case it first because it's Area 51?
It's too late. We already breaking
We're-
in. We already broke in.
We're experienced. We know what we're doing. We're gonna break in first. We're gonna case the joint after.
Alright, break in.
You don't get a name like Shaftwell by not going in blindly.
Oh my god. But not going into blindly. Okay. Well.
okay.
Second one.
Alright.
The movement? What's the movement? Oh wait, no, that's
So
the
that's
set.
the
That's the next.
difference.
Okay.
Now we have
Gotta go back to the instructions.
Say why it's difficult. The player who picked the challenge describes the problem that confronts the fellowship and flushes out the situation. Tell us what makes the challenge difficult and why we need to do it. But do not say anything about how the fellowship will solve the problem. Leave that for the scenes.
okay.
That's interesting.
So why
The player who picked the challenge chooses which main character they would be the first to decide how to deal with the problem. You cannot pick your own character. Just consider who in the fellowship would take the lead for this problem.
Alright.
We gotta get into Area 51. We know the biggest problem with it is the fact that there's laser sharks all around the place to stop people from getting in. They've stolen so many of my former partners trying to get in. I think that given your experience with groundwater caves, you have experience dealing with laser sharks.
I do. Thank you.
It's a very difficult time in Kuwait.
And so she
Well,
makes the
whose
first
fault was
scene.
that?
I have apologized many times,
You still love me in the game.
and I have
okay.
continuously asked for her forgiveness. However, she has not granted me that.
The trick to getting past the laser sharks is to just
You make the
punch
first
them in the
scene.
face.
Yes, so you make the first scene.
So
and
we
then
need to
the
envision
second
how long this challenge takes.
Wait.
How long do you think this challenge will take? Like, how long do you think your character will take to
To-
complete that?
Yeah.
To get past the laser shark.
I think we should take a couple of days to A, feed the sharks and win their trust, and then B, to kill them all violently.
All before September 20th.
And then steal yes, and then steal their lasers
Mhm.
so that we can use them for later.
You're so smart.
So, scenes.
I'm sorry.
What are scenes?
I'll never forgive you.
Each player makes one scene for the challenge. The person chosen by the player who picked it, you make the first scene. Followed by the player on their left or on the table clockwise. Make, play, and finish each scene before starting the next. Scenes are the meat of the game, and your scene is your spotlight time. It's your chance to explore your relationship to other characters in the fellowship, what you think about the quest, and what you are doing to deal with the challenge. No matter what happens, we won't know if it succeeds or fails. So I don't know. Make your scene. Say who is there, what is happening, and what is going on. It's important you describe a situation that is clear to all the players. Your scene should be about your main character. 2 or 3 characters per scene is ideal. Just pick someone, if you need an idea for your scene, just pick someone you think would be interesting for your character to talk to about what is going on, frame a scene with them, and see where it goes.
Okay.
So this is
So-
the improv part of the game.
On my quest to winning the sharks' trust and then eventually killing them and stealing their lasers, I am going to take with me the man on the inside and the unlucky criminal. Because maybe
Smart.
he'll fall in and we'll get like.
Never describe succeeding or failing at the challenge in the scene.
Okay.
So it's you setting it up.
Yeah, there's still a whole lot more pages about scenes if you keep like.
If someone thinks you describe your character succeeding at something too easily, they can add a consequence. This is like pages on how to deal with this stuff. This is like the 4th page describing how scenes work.
We're professionals.
So it's like you describe where you're at, who's in the scene, what's going on, like what are you doing with the other character. Say what your character does, says, and thinks. Each player controls the fate of their character. If you want to do something to another player's character, describe your action and your intended effect. Then the player controlling that character decides the outcome. So like you can say something you want to happen to the character, but the person whose character that is, they decide if that happens or not. Consequences. If someone thinks you described your character succeeding in something, they can add a consequence. Describe how your action put another player's character in danger or difficulty.
If you're like, we stunned the sharks, I can be like, the sharks are blind.
It's
too easy.
Anyone can add a consequence, not just players in the scene. If you're making the consequence, you can put your own character in danger however you want. But if you want to have the consequence fall on someone else's character, describe your idea, adjust or negotiate until both players approve, since they have final control over the character.
Game scene is like a scene movie. We use a situation, interesting things happen, and we cut it to the next bit, and the interesting part is over. But since we're all simultaneously co-writers and audience, each of us might have our own idea about what we think should happen in the scene. And we don't know what will actually fold until we play. When you frame your scene, your job is to paint a clear picture to everyone who can visualize the situation. If we're all on the same page about where we are and what's going on, playing our characters and making interesting things happen is easy. If the environment is hazy or confusing, it's much harder. Alright, so who's in the scene?
Chadwell Myself. Okay, well.
Shaft Chadwell, guys,
And-
thanks for including me.
And unfortunately, Shagwell.
Shagwell by name.
Nope. Okay. Anyway.
Chadwell by reputation.
Alright. Fewer characters leads to better tighter role playing. 2 or 3 characters per scene is usually ideal. Good job,
Synergy.
With more people, you can choose to focus who gets bogged down. Save big group meetings for when it's absolutely necessary. Even with characters who are logically present, you can make the scene that doesn't include them. They have stopped out for the moment and are otherwise occupied.
I went to go get some milk. What happened?
Milk?
God, milk a day. Keeps the doctor away.
Or closer.
Anyway.
Where are we?
We are outside of Area 51, encountering the laser shark.
We're like 50 paces back from the laser shark.
Alright, what's going on?
We are trying to win the laser shark's trust
What-
by feeding them and singing them songs.
What time of day
You
is
would
it?
like that trust, wouldn't you?
It's nighttime because obviously we can't be seen.
Actually, it's daytime.
It's actually nighttime.
It's too easy, it's daytime.
Oh my god! Why would I just go and feed
But
the
it's
laser sharks in the middle of the
Area 51, so
day?
it could be nighttime, but they have the whole thing is lit up like a Christmas
Do
tree.
you think the sharks care what time of day it is?
We're going at their feeding time,
Shops
which is
are
night.
nocturnal. Yeah.
Yeah, take that.
As
Alright.
Chef Chadwell, I suggest we just build a bridge across the shark mouth.
With what supplies?
Yeah.
Chadwell?
With Bronwyn Chadwell
Also, don't
as the
you
bridge.
think that it'll
Excuse
take
me.
too long and we'll obviously get caught?
Oh,
You said this would take several days.
I believe you in a cave.
Well, yeah.
I believe you in a cave.
I could survive in a cave for more than, 20 minutes you got left behind?
Stop leaving people in caves! It was a couple hours.
I apologize.
More like Bronwyn left well.
Those are some aggressive moves. Like they're just like, you're like, ah!
Horns down.
Alright, so the game.
Alright, so now we have to decide what we're doing in the scene right now. Like what our characters are doing.
Okay,
Each
so
individually we have to decide. So what is your character doing right now?
well, I just went to the supermarket to get beef, ground beef, because that's what sharks like to eat.
So you brought it with you.
Yeah, so I brought that with me, and you know, we're just about to approach these sharks, laser sharks.
Well, me,
They do. They
I
do like ground beef.
looking at my phone because I'm the man on the inside and I know the sharks' names. So I'm looking on my phone to see what the names are. And that's
So-
what I'm doing.
She already has gained part of their trust, right? What are you
Because I'm
doing?
on the inside.
I'm gathering twigs to build a bridge.
We're not building the
I
bridge!
found some good ones. But look, I'm testing the bridge. Oh, I'm so lucky.
I'm gonna push that guy.
You brought him. It's your fault. Each player controls the fate of their characters. If you want to do something to another character, describe your action and your intended effect, and the player controlling the character decides the outcome.
I want the camera to note the look of like bloodthirstiness in her eye when she turned.
Continuing.
And then consequence, you can add a consequence to another player's actions. Okay, when it says you can do something to another character, but the other character decides, that's where these come in.
Okay.
So which one
Yes, the stones.
which one is succeed and which one's fail?
I don't know.
I think red means
I think
fail.
the red is fail.
Red is normally good, so.
This is why you're unlucky,
I
Chadwell.
think red is fail.
Okay, so so I make the first decision. Is that what happens?
I mean, I don't see why not.
I mean, first decision for what?
Like, isn't that what happens? Like, do we just talk through the scene?
Well,
No,
we're
you-
supposed
and
to.
then I'm supposed to do a scene of people
Yeah.
I want trying to solve the problem in some way, and then she does too, and then she does.
It's
too.
like this is your scene.
yeah, this
then
is your scene.
Andrew gets a scene, I get a scene,
Okay.
Jordan gets a scene,
All for
and
the sake
then
of challenge.
at the end we draw to about how the challenge was successful or not.
Okay.
So like those things are for like the challenge.
Like you can't describe us being successful in breaking in, but you
Yeah.
can, or but trying to get around the laser sharks or adding other obstacles and stuff too. You can. I assume.
And then like once we all do our scenes, then we draw to see if our challenge as a whole was successful.
It's all very straightforward, not at all
Okay.
convoluted, not at all like
Yes.
hard to explain. Just very
Yes.
simple,
Very
and
simple
straightforward.
instructions.
Simple, easy game.
Yeah, easy. Yeah.
Very
Easy game.
clear.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, okay, so I start feeding the laser sharks. Do I have to draw for that?
We can
No,
end the
you
scene
only
if
have
you
to
want.
draw at the
You can
when
end your scene
we're
whenever you
all
want.
done.
So
The
you
scene
start
just
feeding the
ends.
sharks.
Yeah.
Alright.
I feel like this does make sense. Like you can end it whenever you want.
Okay. Start feeding the sharks, man. Does anybody else say anything, or is it just me?
You're in charge of what's happening.
So you're telling us what to do.
You're like, and then so you can be like,
Okay.
and then Bronwyn walks up, and you can be like,
And then
oh,
you,
hi, yeah.
because
like-
you have such a melodic voice, you start singing to the sharks with the guitar that I brought. It's an electric guitar because
alright.
we all know
They-
that sharks.
sharks like heavy metal.
Well,
Yes.
alright.
That's your.
Here's Wonderwall.
I'm glad it wasn't
The
Nickelback.
sharks hate that.
You're my one.
Okay. You talk to the sharks.
Good evening, Kyle.
Hey, I'm singing to the sharks. Back off. I'm singing to the sharks.
You're
You can't
singing
talk to
over
them.
there, and
Oh.
she's talking over
Good
there.
evening, kind shark. You are looking mighty
You know their names,
lovely.
right?
His name is Peter.
Peter.
My
And
shark's
so,
name is Thelma.
You don't know the names. You're not on
It's
the
Louise.
inside. Hello, Richard. How are you doing today? Oh, how are the wife and kids? Oh, good. That's good.
Yeah, we're gonna kill him.
I stole a shark.
The shark back.
Chadwell, put him down.
Chadwell.
Chadwell, you're going to
Shark
get bit. You're unlucky.
I can't get bit. It's a shark. It'll bite.
And then the shark bites Chadwell.
Where?
It takes off a whole arm.
Chadwell, you only have one arm.
It's your right arm.
That's my guitar playing arm. No.
That's awesome. So he can't.
Oh my God.
That's
Hey,
my-
well, what do we do?
That's
The sharks need the music.
That's
We
my
have-
That's my Wonderwall.
I
arm.
must play the guitar. Somebody maybe take him to a hospital. Like, should we worry about that?
I have a membership.
So I'm playing
Chadwell,
Wonderwall
Chadwell,
now.
just walk. It's not that far. We're just in the middle of the desert.
Yeah, just go to the hospital.
I walked to Albuquerque.
Still playing Wonderwall.
I'm
You're
so-
my Wonderwall.
Speaking to the sharks.
And do this. I don't know if the sharks seem to be liking it because we don't know if it's successful enough.
Richard said that he wants
The
to
sharks-
kill you and your family.
The sharks request Christmas songs.
Feliz Navidad. Are we
I'm
close to
culturally
the...
appropriated.
Okay.
All right, wait, what was that
Holly
sentence? Are we
jolly Christmas.
Are we close to Mexico? The answer is no.
I don't know geography.
We're in Nevada.
I thought you were gonna say
Oh.
geometry, and I was gonna be like, I was gonna roast you hell hard. I was gonna be like,
Okay.
today's not your day, Kate. Well,
So, in summation, we are singing, we are feeding, we are getting to know the sharks,
We are
and
bleeding.
he has lost an arm. And that's it. I think that's my scene.
all right. Did he succeed?
Follow this from the front.
Do I have to pick?
No, it's
No,
like
no,
when
no,
we're
no.
all done
When
with
we're all
scenes.
done,
Oh,
find out.
okay.
When we're all, because we're
So
all
now I've gotta
telling
make
our
a
own
scene.
story about like what's happening.
Okay.
So that's from your perspective.
No, it's
Oh,
like
right.
all of our stories.
Alright, so.
I'm Chad Shaftwell. I'm kind of an actor. We're not gonna game plan this thing. We gotta break into Area 51. There's the laser sharks. We've got people on that. What's the second most important thing about breaking into Area 51? Locating them alien cheeks. So, we're gonna run a little bit of reconnaissance from the outside, just outside the shark pit layer. It's gonna be me and who am I getting revenge on? Who's your main person?
Average well.
Me and Average Well. And Adam the Stoic Mad Lad. Three of us are staking out the joint, trying to figure out how best to break in. I think that we should just kind of run in and see what happens. But unfortunately,
What's Mad Lad's characteristic? Hardened criminal.
Mad Lad thinks that's a little too brash. Mad Lad brought up a pretty good point.
I'm tough.
And that's a great point. All this
Too
is
easy.
really just the reason I brought Average Well is because I need to keep a close eye on him/her.
Him/her doesn't even know what she did.
You know what you did. I can't have her doing it again. So I have to keep her close by. But first we have to buy snacks for the raid. So we go to we go to Walmart and
We don't pay for it because I
because we're criminals. And
I
I'm
intimidate the cashiers.
Also, we're broke.
I'm mad. I'm mad, lad. I'm mad.
I'm in it for the wealth. I can't be spending the money already. We didn't get an advance on this robbery. No,
Just want to
We
say
didn't get
Average
an
Well was
advance.
against all of this.
it was Average Well's idea.
Average Well was not
That is
part of
Average
It was
this.
Average Well's idea.
Average Well
Not
stole
like
some
it.
trail mix.
I
Really
bought
not worth it.
protein powders. And hot Cheetos. That is my snacks.
So yeah,
Man,
y'all have to add
that's
something to
fucked up.
this. Y'all have to add something to this. You were
I
in the supermarket. What happened?
I stole protein powder, and I proceeded to eat the whole thing. And now I drank it
Without
down.
any milk.
I drank it down to the bed. Now
What?
what?
What? Ain't no laws when you're drinking claws.
Do we steal claws?
I'm just hiding.
Did you guys steal
It's
claws?
bulking
Did
season.
you guys steal
and I'm
claws
like,
We
too?
didn't have to steal the claws. I brought them with us.
Only the
Always
grapefruit,
keep
of
the
course.
PTSD.
Anyway,
We avoided
What?
the juice section.
we're in the juice section.
We avoided the juice section. Too many painful memories. You know what you did.
I know what you did too.
I know what
Messed
you
up.
did. Average well.
Wait,
Can't
a
you just
support group.
support me here? Like, give me some backup.
I will never support you.
Her name's not Support Well.
Shagwell.
Oh,
Oh, he's so funny. God.
all right.
Please, you're too kind. You're too kind. Well, maybe a little bit more. Nah.
Awesome.
Snacks were successfully acquired. End scene.
Were they successfully acquired?
I don't know. We don't know that.
We don't know.
Well, did we successfully break in? We don't know. Snacks acquired? I feel like it's pretty good.
Wow. Protein powder and bang. Come on.
Chances are.
I'm mad. Mine.
Aww.
Hard.
So the next scene is.
Okay, so Average Well's just kind of scoping out the area and brought along Bronwyn Shagwell because we've got some issues to work through, and we're gonna figure that out. And Speedwell, I don't know your first name, but we brought you along too
Alvarado. Thank you for asking.
because you're wise and you're gonna know how to look for weak points to get past the laser sharks. And so we're just looking around, and Average Well tries to talk to Brownwyn about their issues and why Brownwyn is being so rude and uptight and won't support me.
Won't support me.
I don't support anyone. I asked for forgiveness, but I refuse to support. And that's on that. This is awkward. I haven't talked to you since May.
Well,
It's like
then
6 months ago.
Brownwind goes to Speakwell
Yes.
for advice on how to deal with pesky Averagewell because she doesn't want to give her support, and so we all get into a huge dispute.
You know,
Speakwell, I have to inquire. Averagewell is being sort of a girl.
Ooh. Okay. See,
I don't know
Boys
how
will
to
be
deal
boys,
with
right?
it. I don't.
Not in this.
Speakwell, I need help on how to let her down. That I will not be supporting her. In her
Well,
endeavors.
have you tried taking her out to dinner?
Am I going to pay for it? Then no.
Okay. Have you tried
Thank you.
equality? Have you tried you know there's some really good like talk shows like
this one.
Dr. Phil
Good evening and
And-
welcome to the View.
and
Thank you. You're too kind.
I don't understand what I did. Like, why she won't support
I
me?
think
Why
you
she
guys
won't
should
help
go
me?
to Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil is he's a good dude. Maybe couples therapy. You know.
I don't want to revisit this.
Oh, okay.
That's painful.
Just go find a view.
I refuse to support you.
Hey.
Just
Well,
deal with it. That's how it's gonna be.
Averagewell leaves
Alright.
Brownwind, Shagwell, all by his lonesome in the middle of the desert while Speakwell and Averagewell try to find weak points of the Shark Laser Tank.
Shark Laser It's a tank now?
It's Shark Tank the show, but it's like the TV show, it's the humans, but they have lasers on their heads.
Yes. Okay.
And NC.
Awesome.
Encino.
Shagwell goes off to the desert. By herself. Well, she peers off into the starry night and thinks, thank you. You're too kind. But she peers off into the starry night and she thinks to herself, how did I end up with these
Seems so much closer.
ragtag, mistaken bunch of
Naturals.
misfits? And then she remembers the laser sharks have a sweet tooth.
Ooh, development.
If only we had snacks.
She worked in a desk next to a man named Charles, who had a thing for laser sharks. He had posters all over his cubicle, along with secret files. And he would always talk about how the sharks enjoyed froyo. Specifically, almond milk chocolate froyo. So Bronwyn, in a fit of rage, knows the answer to get past the sharks and needs to take one person with her. So naturally, she takes
Good God.
the natural, Chad Shaftwell.
What a natural.
She needs his power. She needs his brains.
Hey, I was just eating some almond breeze blue diamond almonds almond milk yogurt alternative.
And perfect timing!
with chocolate flavored diced almonds and dark.
It's the exact brand that they crave.
Good God.
So she runs up to Chad and she's like, Chad! Give me the froyo!
But I'm eating.
You don't understand!
But it's already half gone.
Chad!
It'll go bad.
Just give me the almond
But it's
froyo!
so good.
I take it away in a fit of rage and I throw it in the tank! And the sharks love it. And see.
The sharks might love
We
it.
don't
The
know.
sharks might love it.
Okay.
Let's see if it's the right brand.
So now
I should have got the silk. No.
there's a
The almond breeze!
Now you're supposed to draw 2 of the squares to determine the outcome. And this is I've got the
Everyone
So-
draws 2 or just?
No, just
For the break.
I draw 2 because I made the challenge, or she draws 2?
draw,
'cause she
not at the same
started
time. Draw the first one first and like set it down and show everybody.
Oh no. Oh no.
Red's
Okay,
good,
now
right?
draw the second one, and then I'll tell you the combination.
Ooh. So I have
Okay.
a success in a.
So we
Surrender.
lost one character, but we won the challenge.
Well, he already had his arm chopped off.
I think the arm counts.
Hey guys,
as
I
a,
didn't make it to Albuquerque.
No, I think you died. I think Silverado died.
I know.
Silverado wasn't even in this.
Well, I didn't die though.
Silverado wasn't even in this.
I was
Wait,
gonna have a bit,
I was
but I
about to
kept
say.
losing body parts till the end of the thing.
Okay, I think we did that wrong. It says first to second challenge draw. Failing the first. Start with no stones in the pool. Add 1 white, 1 red. Each player takes 2 red. Read aloud. If your main character is unhappy about the path the fellowship has taken, hold 1 red stone. If your main character actually wants the quest to fail, hold 2 red stones. Otherwise, hold no stones. Max 2 stones, even if the answer is yes to both. Decide secretly, then reveal. Add them to the pool. This is confusing.
What?
This is page 30.
Oh my gosh, so we're gonna have to redo this whole thing?
No, just the draw.
No, this is just the drawing.
I think we
Okay.
each put in before you draw, because we can try to like
Oh,
sabotage.
yeah.
Sabotage.
Oh, how many? So that means
I think you
okay.
have to divvy up. Either
Yeah.
side, too.
So everybody gets a red and a white, maybe.
I don't know. Somebody else read that too, because I'm confused.
Each player takes 2 reds. Read aloud. If main character doesn't have the path of knowledge,
We're only
run
40
reds
minutes
and-
into this.
All right. So each character, I'm assuming it's 2 reds and 2 whites. Pass it around. Grab 2 reds. 2
No, that's
whites.
the challenge draw.
We finished the challenge.
Start with no stones in the pool. Add 1 red and 1 white. Each player takes 2 red. Read aloud. Hold 2 red stones, otherwise hold no stones. Maximum 2 stones, even if the answer is yes. This is confusing.
I say we
Start
just
with
draw
no
from the cup
stones.
because that literally number stores put the stones in a cup without looking. Draw 1 stone, reveal it, then draw the other. So like, I just feel like we just randomly draw from the cup. I don't understand.
Decide secretly, then reveal simultaneously. Add them to the pool. As a player, do you think the fellowship did what was necessary to succeed the challenge? Alright, so we ask these questions and we say yes or no.
Okay, so yeah.
I need things.
So we start off.
She needs 2 red and 2 white.
We'll just take the 2 red. Like we can do this one at a time. So one of each goes in, and then we each have 2 reds.
And 2 whites.
Well, I mean, first is 2 reds.
Yeah.
So, if your main character is unhappy about the path the fellowship has taken, hold 1 red stone and put the other one in. If your main character actually wants the quest to fail, hold 2 red stones. Otherwise, hold no stones. So I guess red is good. And we put both red in if we wanted to succeed. If we're unhappy, we put 1. If we wanted to fail, we put in none.
Wait, but you read the red. What does it mean for the red stone?
No, there's a specific combination.
Yeah.
So like if there's 1 red, 1 white, this happens. If it's white, red, this happens.
I don't get it, because why would you, like, why would we put,
So secretly, decide how many reds you're going to put in. Red being good. It seems. So decide, and then we all reveal simultaneously and add them to the pool. You ready?
we revealing them to each other?
How many red X's? 1.
I'm unhappy. I lost.
I'm unhappy.
1.
I'm unhappy. My cousin lost his arm.
I was about to say, you didn't lose your arm.
I'm unhappy because Averagewell pissed me off.
I'm
So-
unhappy because Brownland and I could have had a better time.
Wait, I thought this was for the break-in. What happened?
It is for
It is
so
for break-in.
now take 1 red, 1 white. So
I need a white.
as a player in italics, do you think the fellowship did what was necessary to succeed the challenge? Hold white if yes, so put in the red if you think we succeeded. Put in the white if we didn't, if you think we did. Like, do you think we passed basically in breaking into Area 51? Red means yes, white means no. Or does hold mean hold in your hand, or hold as in don't put in the cup?
Don't put in the cup.
Hold what if we think it's gonna... Which one do we hold?
No. Decide secretly, then reveal, add them to the pool.
Otherwise, hold no
We
stones.
reveal?
So did we get the colors wrong the first time?
No, it said otherwise hold no stones if you want it to succeed.
So if you wanted it to succeed, put both in the
Yeah,
cup
put
because you
both in
wouldn't
the
have
cup.
any in your hand. So
So
you're
both the red
holding the
and the
one.
white?
No, that was the first one. So like, if you're holding the white, if you think they did good, so you're putting the red in. If you think they did bad, you're holding the red, so you're putting the white.
Or does hold mean hold and then put in?
I don't know.
We're gonna go with red is good. We're just gonna go. We're gonna make an audible.
Okay.
Red.
In this version of Follow, the abridged edition, red means good, white means bad, just for the sake of understanding. So, if you think we succeeded, red, you might have to swap them when we read the results too, whether red is.
I don't know. Okay.
It'll work itself out.
Ready?
Okay.
Do we reveal these to each other?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
We got it.
What?
I didn't think we
We're
did.
natural.
Get in.
We're natural.
He bought the wrong bread.
One of our whole plot, like one of our whole scenes was just us getting snacks. Like
And we did get the snacks.
We did. And the
The
bench.
snacks were amazing.
Okay, so now it says
Put the stones in a cup without looking, draw one and reveal it, then draw and reveal the second, describe the outcome.
I think Andrew should draw because he picked the challenge, right?
okay.
Do we have the outcomes table?
Yeah, I have it out.
Okay.
But draw one at a time. Tell me what it is.
okay.
I'm trying to grab this one on the bottom, but it won't. Okay.
Red. Okay.
Assuming red is good. We might have to look up the double white option.
This is just.
I think it's random.
Because we were supposed to put in red for failing, but we put in red for succeeding, so we might have to read the outcomes opposite.
I think we did what the directions said, so we should probably just do as the directions say here. Even
Well,
That's
there's
two
two
red
red.
X's, and that's always a good thing.
Okay, well, 2 red means a character betrays or is betrayed the fellowship and is lost.
See, that sounds
and we
bad.
lost the challenge.
See, that sounds. I feel like we should look up the double white option then,
That's
because
just-
we meant these to be the good.
I feel like we just go by what the outcomes.
Yeah.
Alright, well the next time we put in the stones, we'll put them in opposite then.
Okay,
But
well,
what we
so
did this time.
a character betrays or is betrayed by the fellowship and is lost. So one of us, we need to, as a group, decide who was lost, and then we lost the challenge. So you can put an X by this because we lost it.
I already did.
Oh.
Alright, now we steal the alien cheeks without being in the Area 51.
Which character is betrayed, or were they betrayed?
Who wants
and
trust?
lost?
I don't think they were betrayed,
You want
but
trust?
you definitely lost it. Yes.
I betrayed you.
Well, it says
He's talking
and,
shit behind your back, Cable.
it's and is lost, so like your character is like
You're out of here.
gone. No, the person.
Wait, you killed me?
No. The person who makes the assumption, you have to draw and see what the outcome is.
Okay. I
I
just draw
betrayed
one.
you.
Yeah, because remember it was like you can make
I
you
was
can
the one
make
that left you in
consequences.
that cave.
You can make consequences against another character, but the character gets to decide the outcome.
I felt
I
like she
betrayed.
just got to decide. I didn't think she had to draw.
That time in Kuwait.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, but then everybody would be like, "No, I'm not leaving," and then nothing would happen.
That time in Kuwait. I had a dog whistle. I lured her out of the cave. That's why you got left behind.
But like, then what does that mean if she does that?
Well, she draws 2, right? They're combinations.
Well, if you draw 2 combinations, then we're gonna be starting all over again. Because if she gets 2 red, then that just means the
This is
character
an
is betrayed.
extremely confusing.
I feel like
game.
you're just supposed to decide like but we need as a group decide who's betrayed and who's lost. Like just.
I betrayed her. She's lost.
I feel like Mad Lad is pretty lost. He was hyped up on bang and protein powder.
So you just like went off into the desert.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like he said he. No, I feel like he said I got this.
We walked out of the convenience store, and everyone turned right to head towards Area 51, and he turned left and then
And sprinted.
No, he just started walking left, kind of talking to himself, and then realized he was alone
He's
after
like,
like
"Guys,
10 minutes.
guys."
So Mad Lad is lost.
Mad Lad's
Mad
lost.
Lad, Mad Lad.
Jack
betrayed.
Chadwell
You betrayed
definitely died of blood loss.
No, he's okay.
Well, there's not a character died option. It's just a
What?
character lost option.
Lost.
Yeah.
He-
I betrayed you in Kuwait. It was me though.
So, but now y'all have the tension. He betrayed
There's
you.
no
so
tension.
now- So now it's an additional tension.
There's
And
no
now I
tension.
think we do another challenge.
Okay.
Well, that was fun.
That was
All right.
weird.
Quicker this time, guys.
What's our next
Second
challenge?
So do we put our stones back?
We're gonna shift to this game
Sure.
in the second gear.
Do we put them in there?
Sure.
No, we just keep them here in the pile.
All right. So who wants to pick the next
Well,
challenge?
it's supposed to be. It's the person to the left. So who picked first?
Andrew. So
Okay, so now I pick the challenge.
Oh wait, he picked the challenge. What am I doing?
We just broke in.
We're in.
Okay.
Wait, but I thought we failed breaking in, so we,
we
didn't
did
break
fail
in.
break in. So our next challenge,
Cheese.
since we failed breaking in, we're going to.
We have to go backwards if we fail.
We failed and we did
Yeah.
break in.
We didn't break in.
We're going to defeat security. We're gonna defeat the laser sharks. Since we couldn't get past them, we're just gonna have to.
We're gonna punch a shark in the face.
Since we couldn't like break in and sneak past them, we're just gonna have to.
Punch him in the face.
Oh right.
So
Manpower.
I already forgot the next step.
You have to make a scene. Or you
Oh.
have to choose the main character
Wait,
of
but
the
does that mean
Yes.
that after we do that, we have to get somebody on the inside if we're going?
I'm already on the inside.
She's already on the inside.
I'm a man on the
I
inside.
know, but like if we're going in order, does that mean that we can just get the break in and then do the?
Well, if we defeat security, then we're in.
Yeah.
Pick
whatever
if we
you want
defeat
for the
security,
next
we're in.
We're in.
Okay.
You just want to say that. We're in.
Have you seen the recent Rick and Morty episode?
Yes.
You son of a. I'm in.
Yes. You son of a. I'm in.
I love
Okay.
that you guys are
And the
not
name's
cursing
Galar.
even-
Yeah.
He curses in his lectures. I love that you guys are censoring yourself.
But-
I don't
even though
curse.
Well, I meant he doesn't censor himself. Then
Yeah, but I just don't curse.
I respect that.
respect.
I do curse. I say the bad words.
I say all this.
Oh, the potty mouth.
I am the party
Oh,
mouth.
potty mouth.
I am the loo mouth. as they
Okay.
say.
Aw.
Back to the
Oh,
game. So in this scene, it's going to be we're going to have average because I have to have myself because I'm selfish. We're going to have
Actually, no. If you create the
Oh, yeah,
challenge,
you can have
you
yourself.
pick someone
Okay.
else.
yeah.
Their character's there, and then it leads. from
Okay, so
there.
what's happening is we're defeating security, and I think obviously the obvious option to put in charge is the natural.
Chad Shafwell.
Oh god.
I'm a natural.
So
Not the one who knows the security from the inside. The guy that's obsessed with breaking in.
The
Okay,
best
so
part
I
of
think
heist movies assembling a team.
okay, so now you make the first scene because I think you're gonna.
Well, how else are we gonna defeat some sharks without a little help from some old friends? So
I'm in.
I feel like we're gonna need a game plan. So who better than Alabama Sports Hall of Fame coach Nick Saban to game plan our way in? Unfortunately, he's unavailable, but his assistant Mad Lad is lost in the desert also. But Silverado Speakwell met him once and shook his hand. So he's gonna game plan this for us.
All right.
I feel like I'm in charge of leading the assault by just kind of swimming across,
Because I'm a natural.
and you're in charge of coordinating everyone else.
I'm sorry, you're just gonna swim across?
Yeah.
Is that what you
I'm
said?
faster than the
What's the
shark.
worst that could happen?
Am I just supposed to like cover you or something? Is that what's happening? Like
We all
I
can't
just
swim.
make sure.
We gotta get the rest of them across.
Okay, so there is a magic button on the. There's a button on the other side
Sure.
of the laser shark river, and it extends a bridge like to go over. So all he has to do is get to the other side. So what do
Button
we
didn't
do? What?
The button didn't work.
Well, you're not on the other side yet. We haven't decided
Yeah.
if you got past security.
All we have to do is feed them the yogurt and
That didn't work the first time.
Ah,
You're the
girl!
wrong friend.
Well, scratch that. No yogurt. But assault rifles, yes. Okay.
Assault rifles. From where?
No.
I think
Even
I
better.
know a guy.
Even better. I got this. We don't do anything like we don't have any weapons, but we do bring mirrors, and then we shoot their lasers back at them, and then we destroy motherfucking laser sharks. What's happening right now?
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the airplane shark.
Shark.
That is a shark.
Does he fly south by southwest?
Lasers.
Yes.
Mirror. It's genius.
Exactly.
My God, I think you were the natural.
Oh, well.
Curtis Grander's voice is mine.
Swoper.
So
My
we
God.
use the
Say
mirrors
less.
to beam
Say less.
to beam the lasers
Say
back
so
at the
loud.
laser sharks. And that's how we do it. And so he gets across safely.
Well, we don't know.
We don't know that.
We didn't.
Oh,
That's
can't
the
go that
security
far.
part.
No, we don't know.
Oh
We can't go
no.
that far.
We don't know.
So if he gets across, he can push the button, which would let us all enter and
Yeah, sure.
have defeated that level of security.
While also
Now you have to left. Now you have to come on the left. You have to come on the side.
Okay,
Happening same time, same people maybe.
yes. Well, while that's happening, Averagewell and,
It's just so average.
Brownman Shagwell, they're still hashing out.
They're
I'm
always all
so
sitting aside, like in
tired.
chairs, like.
No, you didn't listen to me.
They're still
I just
hashing out
want
the
you to believe in
differences.
my dreams.
And, they're kind of ignoring all the commotion and everything. 'Cause, Averagewell's just an ordinary citizen. Like, she doesn't really want to get involved in all this
4K, by the
laser
way.
shark.
What?
It's a lot of storage. I film in 4K.
So they're hashing out their differences, and obviously Brownman wants to go help because, man on the inside, but Averagewell is being Averagewell.
Yeah, isn't it a bad idea that we
They're
brought
having
him over
differences.
on this side of the shark lake just to?
Now that I can devise the plan, I know where the button is. I know how to get to
I
it.
walked past it to get here.
I came outside because Shaftwell was speaking things about he needed me, and now my work is on my desk and I can't get back.
My God, it's falling apart. The mirrors, where are they?
So after Averagewell and Brown, hash out their differences, they decide maybe they should help. But Chad Shaftwell looks like he's got it covered. He's swimming
It's
in
amazing.
fogs. There's mirrors.
mirrors.
So they're just
They're
showing
reflective.
their silent support. Just supporting him from the sidelines.
Not silently though, arguing with each other,
Yeah, but I mean,
communicating, growing.
And so yeah, that's insane.
So after I've given Averagewell a piece of my mind, I walk over and I decide maybe I should help because I know these sharks, of course, they're my friends. I see them every day, I say hi to them when I walk in, and I know where the button is, naturally. But unfortunately, Shaftwell is swimming in the wrong direction.
So
And
we're
he
the top,
can't-
baby.
He can't hear me. He's too concerned
Going with
because
the current.
he just wants to swim towards the sharks because he thinks he can fight them.
I'm a natural.
So I'm screaming at Shaftwell and nothing's working. So eventually,
I'm deaf, by the way.
I throw a rock at him. Maybe a mirror.
That's great.
Get his attention.
I'm hit by a mirror. I have no idea.
He looks at me
Area 51 ring.
and I said, Shaftwell, the button's over here. And he starts swimming this way, and he gets to the right, gets to the right direction. And we cheer him on in cheerleading skirts with mirrors and see.
You get a cute skirt.
Day 4. I've been swimming for 3 days now. A mirror hit me in the head this morning.
Forced me to turn around.
Some weird lanky British man was standing on the side. He yelled something at me.
So I just swim the other way. All right. Stones.
All right.
Okay. Add one light.
One red.
There was a red.
And why would the red was the first one? Right? Yeah, I did a red
Okay,
one
add
first. I
one
said
white,
add a
one
white
red.
and I added a red.
Each player takes 2 red.
Right.
Alright. We're gonna do this with hold your stone means hold it up. So if your main character is unhappy with the path the fellowship has taken, hold up 1 red ring. If your main character actually wants the quest to fail, hold 2, otherwise hold no stones. So if you're okay with what happened, nothing. Okay?
Okay.
So 3, 2, 1,
Draw.
Cool.
I'm pretty happy.
Alright, 1 white, 1 red.
We
I don't
grab
know why I
another
put-
one.
I don't know why I had to bring color into this. No.
I'm confused.
Got a white, got a red.
Under the desk. And you're gonna hold which one you're gonna pick. Okay. So, as a player, do you think the fellowship did what was necessary to succeed at the challenge? Hold white if yes, hold red if no. So, if we succeeded white, we did not red. Alright. 3, 2, 1, draw. Okay. We drop those in. And then pull a stone from the cup. I guess pull 2.
Aren't there all white in here?
There's one
There's no
red.
red.
Somebody pull
Not
the
at all
thing.
rigged.
First one's white. Does somebody have the thing pulled up? I don't know. Let me get there.
We could have done a drum roll.
I have it.
Okay. Right. We won.
We did it.
We did it.
Yeah.
Okay, third challenge is different. We play it the same way, but the outcomes are different. I think we
We're
do.
natural.
Alright, now we have to steal them alien cheeks. This had the last challenge.
So
has
we
be
have
stealing
to-
them alien cheeks.
Acquiring the booty.
And we have
Yeah,
to,
well,
we have to
that's all.
incorporate Rafu.
But
Do we
fine.
still pick one of these, or is like our?
Still one of these.
Hope nothing important's going on in my life right now because my phone's been up there for like an hour.
Nobody died. You'll be okay. You're not that popular either.
Nobody died. You're not that popular. That's what you said.
It's time for me to go to sleep.
Big words from someone named after a pickup truck.
My name was Alvarado before you changed it.
Before I improved it.
Okay, what are
Alright.
we doing?
Pick a challenge.
Well, we're in.
We're in.
We are in. We did it. Wow.
Good.
We're standing in
We
the door.
could,
Alright, what's next?
lay low, get away, cover our tracks, find and eliminate the rat, maybe someone outside the fellowship, get rid of the evidence, fence the goods.
Did we fence them alien cheeks when we assume we got them? Felt like we breezed past that part.
Well, there's no such thing as like getting the loot.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
is that
a-
just
like,
some-
I think we got the loot.
We did.
Well, no, I
Now
think
did we
that's.
find Rafu?
I think that's the like
The whole thing.
the whole thing. So like whenever we do this challenge, our results tell us if we got the loot or not. So we're doing one more thing to get the loot.
I don't want to
So
get
that's
caught.
our overall goal.
The silence is very reassuring.
So what are we doing?
I don't want to get caught. I propose.
Rafu.
We either I'm debating. I'm debating.
Developing.
eliminating-
I am developing.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is excuse me, I'm currently
She's about to have a
surviving
stroke.
a seizure as we speak right now. The following. It's in the Webster Dictionary under Shagwell. Alright, so I'm debating on covering our tracks or finding and eliminating the rat or getting rid of the evidence. I don't want to get caught.
We gotta kill Rafu.
I'm shrouded in
No matter
secrecy.
how.
The fact that someone else knows my whereabouts is not ideal. So we are going to find and eliminate the rat.
You didn't tell Rafu
Yes.
about your secret identity, did you?
We had a flame.
We've gotta kill Rafu. We've gotta kill the suddenly bisexual Rafu.
So now you pick somebody who you think.
Bronwyn's a female.
What?
Ah!
Her name is Shagwell.
Such a male British accent for a.
Yes.
It's 2019.
Sure.
Shadwell. Oh,
I've watched The Crown. I know what a British accent sounds like.
I can use a female. I can use a female accent. But that's not quite as dramatic now, is it? It's not. The answer's no. Anyway, we're going to find and eliminate the rat.
That
So
filthy
who do you
Rafu.
think is gonna do that? Like who's in charge of that?
Yeah, you gotta pick someone.
You look so serious.
Natural, unlucky, amateur, old.
eyes, I'm still bleeding.
This is a tricky game. Rathu knows a lot of my secrets. And I'm
Darn
afraid,
Rathu!
shrouded in secrecy, I need to return back to my home country without being
Where is
imprisoned
that, India?
by the filthy American government. I want to return back to London. My place.
I like America.
I think that the Brooklyn accent really.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no.
I was good.
Where are you from? Brooklyn?
Anyway,
Is that like in California?
I think. Yeah, it's on the
That's a
Orange
Beverly
County.
Hills.
Orange County.
London Beach, California.
Rathu knows my secrets.
That darn Rathu!
And I think we only need someone old and wise to lead this expedition. So, Silverado, speak well. It is up to you to find and eliminate Rathu.
Okay.
The darn it, that Rathu could be any of us.
What?
Maybe someone else I've told.
Okay.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
We don't
So-
know though. What if I'm Rathu?
What's so divine, Rathu? I think that we should first just do the smartest, simplest thing and go through the company files. Let's go to the archives, ladies and gentlemen.
We spent 2 hours in a library looking at dusty old papers.
We did!
Cue the travel montage.
We were all blacked out and we don't know anything.
But later we did find Rathu.
We found him.
No, we found his file.
Was it an alias? What's his real name?
It's just Rathu.
God, he's so smart. Why didn't we think of that?
His name is Rathu Ratman, and
Jimmy Ratman's son. How did I not know? He was under my nose the whole time.
and we are surprised to find out that he's a janitor, but he did see us
Perfect cover.
coming in. And
He always saw us coming. Why?
And he has it on video on his flip phone. He has a flip phone, but he has a camera on his flip phone, and he records.
So antique, us genius. One step ahead of us always.
And so what we do is we split up, right? We split up.
Horror movie rules, of course.
Right. Nobody ever stay together
Fred. Sorry. I had to, there's a Scooby-Doo reference that had to be done. Thank you. You're too kind.
Oh, was I supposed to introduce you with me?
Yeah. Guys,
Okay, so
didn't
with
you
me,
split up.
so-
Fred.
so with me, I have Averagewell and Bronwyn, and so I thought that this was going to be the best cover because he vocalizes too much. So every given chance
He's
like-
covering us.
Rathu would be
Yeah,
expected.
exactly. There it goes. I was waiting for that.
He's laying low. He's covering us.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's like.
How do you get lower than a rat, though? God, he's so smart.
So yeah, that's what we're doing, and we split up, right? And Averagewell takes the West Wing. There are wings in Area 51 if you didn't know.
Like
West
Beauty and the
Wing.
Beast.
Yeah, you have the Beast. Oh, because his is the West Wing, right?
Yeah.
And Beauty and the Beast. Yeah.
Well, West Wing's the White House too.
All right, and
Well,
you
they're
take
wings.
the East Wing, and I take the other wing.
The cutoff wing. Close off.
North, south, so many directions.
I take the Northwest Wing.
He would never expect
I
it.
take the-
Rathu would never expect it. She can't simply go north. She can't simply go west.
I'll
She
take
must
the
go
beak or
northwest.
the towers.
And fortunately, Averagewell finds him. But because Averagewell's an ordinary citizen, what did they do?
Well, I was, you
Is that a
know,
look into the bathroom or you
I
guys?
was apprehensive. There was just this guy, and I mean, I don't know if 100% sure that it's Rathu, right? Like, you don't know.
His cover's so good. It's
I mean, I walked up to him and asked him. I was like, you know, are you Rathu? Because we're looking for Rathu. And he denied it, so I just walked off.
That's
you know?
exactly what he would do. The genius.
Oh, right.
We'll never know if that was him or not.
So So what happens is, so she completely loses Matthew.
Well, the ordinary citizen.
Until Matthew finds Bronwell and pulls a gun on her. Dun dun dun!
Oh, a rat.
That bastard!
gun.
That rat bastard!
Nah, just
a full-size gun with a rat holding it, or
it's no, it's just a gun.
how's he holding it? He's a rat.
It's a figurative rat.
Yeah, I think it's
Shackwell,
My God,
it's a
it's a human?
Shackwell, you're an actual. Come
Ratman is a human?
on! He's a rat. He's on the inside.
I thought he was a rat on the inside.
Unsurrounded by morons.
All those exterminators. God.
Oh my God!
Countless innocent rats killed. Oh my God.
He's a genius, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God!
How else
I thought it was a rat janitor with a rat janitor cart.
No! Oh my God! Okay, so that happened. Sorry guys.
I'd like to interject.
call.
I'd like to interject part of the scene. We stumble upon Shaftwell in a fit of rage,
Guys, did you know he's a human?
realizing that he had put 80 rat traps in Area 51. And we must now, as a
You should see my
consequence,
Google ads now. It's all for rat stuff. It's man.
and now for a consequence, we have to tiptoe through the rat traps for the remainder.
Through the rat trap.
For the remainder of this eliminating rat.
The rat trap.
Okay.
All right, so
Awesome.
Shaftwell, you
So-
see next.
So wait. Yeah, I'm ending the scene with a gun. That's just
What do I do? Just want to right in my face.
Chad Shaftwell. Man on the inside now. Now that we're all on
Steal
the
my
inside.
brand.
We're all on the
So
inside.
technically we're all
Chad
on the inside.
Shaftwell, natural on the inside.
Oh.
I have gone around
No.
area.
Oh.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think about that. No,
There's so much
Natural
So-
on the inside.
Knowing two core beliefs in my life. That I must somehow pin all this on Averagewell. And two, that I've been chasing this racky for years. I'm chasing his little tiny rat footprints across the country.
Except they
And we
were
knew
all
he was in
different
Area 51. So I had gone around and replaced every human-sized gun in Area 51 with a rat gun that could only be fired by a rat. So that way, if we saw anyone with a gun about yay big, we'd know it was Rathu, because no one else would know how to operate it. Unfortunately, my plan has been ruined under the right new information that Rathu is a human. Rathu Ratman, from the long line of Ratman, presumed this whole time to be a physical rat on the inside, is sadly just a rat on the inside, rendering every gun in Area 51 useless to every human being. Ruined everything. When suddenly I'm walking through my rat traps, ready to end it all by falling into the rat traps. I come across the
I don't know, 2, 3 of y'all.
people
The people.
held at gunpoint by some random man.
A tiny
But
gun.
little did he know that the tiny gun couldn't be fired by a human. It's for rats, right? So, naturally. So there was no danger. And I, being the natural, with my new natural blood reinvigorated by this miraculous plan that worked out to my favor accidentally, punched Rathu in the face, leaving Averagewell's DNA from the fist all over the crime scene. Rathu is dead. We can get away. Do we get away? Is Rathu dead? That's the thing.
Rathu is dead.
If we're
Now it's
successful,
Averagewell Senior.
if we're successful, Rathu is dead. Averagewell, blood all over his or her hands. I don't remember which gender. Obviously guilty to any investigator who investigates the crime scene and scene.
I don't know how to follow that one.
Oh, I'm gonna go.
Okay, well,
He's got blood on his rat hands.
Averagewell, I'm faced in a really difficult situation because it looks like I hurt, Rathy Ratman, but I mean, he's a bad guy.
You hurt me
Whatever.
too.
But, so I go to my trusty friend, Rowan Jaguar.
Here we
To ask for advice
Demise.
and to ask her to help me fix this and prove that I was not the guilty party here.
We've been over this. I won't support you. You're asking for my support in the
Nobody
case,
likes you.
and I
I like
won't
Averagewell.
support you.
Well,
I'm
based
sorry.
You've done this before.
You are outnumbered.
And I've asked for your forgiveness. Get over it. It was years ago.
based
I was the one that left you in that cave.
Just stop trying
You
to
forget
steal
the
my
betrayal.
thunder. He's just too much of a
No,
natural.
that was the betrayal. Someone had to be betrayed. It was like,
I led you out of the cave.
I've never met Shaftwell in my life, but somehow we were in Kuwait at the same time.
I was on a CIA
hate
mission. I
that
was blowing
guy.
a dog whistle. I lured you out of the cave, trapping her. Or him.
I do love dogs.
well,
What if it was a cute one?
faced with the harsh truth,
As if the
Averagewell
dog's blowing a
and
whistle.
Prince go off. They leave the crime scene
skipping.
and discuss the betrayal they feel of their fellow members of this fellowship. And that's where I'm gonna
You want to
leave
talk
off.
about betrayal.
We know what you did.
You know what you
You said
did.
you were on my side.
I still love you.
We know what she did.
But I know what you
Guys, it's
did.
written on this card the whole time.
It has.
Yeah.
Well, Averagewell's left to her thoughts,
There's thoughts in Area 51? What?
Climax of the whole mission.
Thought we were going for aliens.
We have to tell her what she did.
Well, I mean, if we succeed. Because my whole thing is,
And
if we
see.
fail, I want us to fail so we can pay.
We might be able to finish at 5:30 if we
Well-
end scene now.
Woman is in a fit of disbelief.
Did you start? Or did you start?
No, she started. So Bronwyn is a fit of disbelief. She's standing there in what used to be her workplace.
What used to be Rathy's office.
The people that she had met.
Matthew was a
The relationship she had formed.
closet.
Bronwyn is realizing her love for the Americans. And
Which
what they had
American?
done. She's also realizing her love for aliens, and she's kind of sad that all of the Area 51 secrets are going to be exposed. And in this fit of patriotism and deep thought, she realizes that she had seen Shaft Chadwell pass out from blood loss earlier. So she exits the building, goes to find Shaft Chadwell, and looks him in the eyes, and she's like, "You are so unlucky, my friend. It was a good run. We will never forget you. Thank you for your service. To your country. To your people. For your freedom. For your life and liberty. I have never had more respect for someone with no arm and very little luck. I kneel down, look to the sky, put my hands in my face, throw my arms out, and shout, "Why? Why?"
So what happened, I'm dead? Oh.
Yeah! That was
And
a very
scene.
dramatic monologue. That was very nice.
So wait, what happened? I'm dead?
Yeah, you're dead.
Okay,
I went to slap Rathy with my arm, but it was gone. I forgot.
And then I was like,
He
oh,
got to me first. Oh. and put me in Shagwell's office, bleeding on the floor.
Yeah.
Alright, third challenge, draw.
Oh, right.
Oh, I mean the challenge.
It's
Okay, so
different
I'm gonna draw
instructions.
both,
Third challenge,
but-
draw. Start with no stones in the pool. One
Okay.
white, one red. Add one white for each successful challenge and one red for each failed. So one white, one red.
Wow, we're really 50-50 here.
Yeah. Perfectly balanced. Perfectly balanced.
Perfectly balanced.
Things should be.
Each player takes 2 red.
I don't know which ones are red and which ones
Which ones
'Cause I'm
are the
colorblind.
red ones to
are.
put in the
Which
cup?
ones are the red ones? Sorry.
Never seen one.
That is a crime.
If your main character is unhappy about the path the Fellowship has taken, hold 1 red stone. If your main character actually wants the quest to fail, hold 2 red stones. Otherwise, hold no stones. So, 3, 2, 1.
I'm a natural.
Y'all are unhappy, really? Okay.
You want the quest to fail?
Depended on her. Revenge.
Hey, I thought the quest went.
I was
great.
unhappy. I was really upset about my
Each
life.
player
at the
takes
end.
1 white, 1 red.
I was obviously unhappy. I was frightened.
As a player, you as a person, not the character, you, how do you feel on the inside? Do you think the Fellowship synergied at the challenge? Hold white if yes, red if no. So if we succeeded, white. If we failed, no. This will decide the entire quest, not just this challenge.
3, 2, 1. We got them
We
cheeks.
got it.
We
got
did!
it. Cheeks.
We're gonna fence them on eBay.
That, no,
That-
we have
Counter
footage
into it.
of that. Wait.
Shut up.
Put the stones without drawing. Draw the 2 stones.
What's your first one? Have you done it? I got it for
We draw now?
Wait.
White?
Okay.
Oh, that's bad, okay.
That's good, isn't it?
We can either win or we lose everything.
What happens if that was a red?
What's that?
Wait.
Ah! We won!
I'm a natural.
We got them cheeks.
All according to the
them
plan.
cheeks!
We can clap
We
them
have to
in.
go to the epilogue.
Oh, wow.
Describe the outcome.
White, win the challenge.
So, okay. The quest is now over. Proceed to the epilogue.
We went about eliminating characters wrong, but it's fine.
I know we did. It's okay. It's fine.
Rejecting the challenge.
Wow, I'm impressed.
After
Epilogue. Okay.
Oh, wait.
After 3
Wait,
challenges,
wait.
the quest is over.
I'm sorry, we forgot a very important part.
Rathy.
You know we won. Oh, we'll find out. That's
What's
the
the-
epilogue.
It's the
Don't we call it the
epilogue.
epilogue, yeah. This
We
is
have to
the-
like discuss our like futures.
I'm very
After
excited.
After 3 challenges, the quest garbage is over. So get that out of here. We succeeded or failed, but our characters live on. Some of them anyway. Each player briefly narrates their main character's life after the quest. Show us whether your character feels the quest was worth it. You may stick to just the immediate fallout of the quest, high hopes there, huh? Or you could go big and summarize the rest of your life. It's up to you. If your main character was lost just before the epilogue, you can narrate their legacy or memory. After that, your game is done. That's the end of your quest and the end of the rules. The rest of the book includes quest materials and advice for play.
All right. Who wants to start?
I'll start.
Left of the viewers.
So, Average Well went on to live a not so average life because after the quest, she discovered that she has a true passion for crime. So, Average Well became a police officer and served her country well. And, you know, she still briefly reached out to Brown and Shagwell, but she was ignored.
Why is she still emailing me?
Not in like a needy way, but.
You know, she was
Do you
denied.
support me now? Should I go?
But she just wanted to feel validated and supported on her new journey in her life. And she went on to live a happy life. The end.
And Crime Wall?
That's my minor character. You don't have to do
Yeah,
that one.
you
You just
do,
do your
baby.
major character.
All right.
Bronwyn. Alone. Unsure of what to do next.
Sitting on London Beach.
She leaves. She leaves Area 51. goes to see the world. She's decided that this life of being a spy and infiltrating different people and stealing and conniving only for the good of her own country, it's just not for her.
Only for the. What was it worth? All that just for my country.
Them alien cheeks. Yes, it was good loot, but was it all worth it? She goes to Alaska to see the Aurora Borealis. She goes to London again to visit her family one last time.
Again, London.
She goes to Russia to see Siberia. She goes to India to see the colors.
Colors.
Yes.
Goes to a rug shop or something like.
No, it's a color festival. You uncultured swine. This is really emotional for me. She went to Germany to see the remnants of the Berlin Wall.
Is there anything that she didn't see?
She went to the 7 wonders of the world and ended up in a hut on the beach, sipping a coconut and writing a book about her life,
In London Beach.
peacefully in Kuwait.
Fuck that.
Every now and then,
The scene of her first crime.
on the anniversary of the cave incident, she sends Kayla a postcard
And
that
a fruit
says, that doesn't beg for forgiveness, no, she has learned. It says, I hope you're doing alright.
But I'm not.
Talk to you soon. Love always,
XOXO.
Gossip Girl. And that is the end of Shagwell.
Well, contrary to what I just said, I'm having like a dope ass life. Fran went on, like, what she wanted from this was fame, and so, like, she didn't post any of, like, the videos of, like, or, like, the selfies of, like, her and her crew or anything. But out of respect for those who wanted to live private lives after this,
Or who died.
or those who died.
What a
Yes,
mad
and
lad.
after the tragic death of one of her best but most stupid friends,
Oh man.
good old Shaft went. She spent the anniversary of his death every year at his grave where his body was not because we were too lazy to dive it at Area 51. But she sat there and she gave him some juice and some chocolate froyo for good time's sake. And then people paid me lots of money to see pictures of them alien cheeks. And that was it.
That was the most beautiful thing I've ever heard.
Can you talk about what happened to Mad Lad after he just took that left turn? Because I feel like that's a loose end
So,
to wrap up.
Mad Lad hyped up on Bang and
Say less!
whey protein.
Saying so!
And he was walking to the left.
Dang!
You know, like in the words of Beyonce, to the left, everything you own in a box to the left. So he was going to get his box, his metaphorical bag. And he's walking down the street and he sees a Planet Fitness. The only thing he knows
An oasis in the desert.
is to be hard. To be a hard, tough man. I'm spitting on my laptop. To be a hard, tough man. And he knows that he can be even more of a hardened criminal. He goes into Planet Fitness
A harder, tougher man.
and uses all the machines and doesn't clean any of them.
Oh no.
And he does this every day until he opens his own gym. Proceeds to open his own gym called Gold's Gym. Becomes the most popular gym in California, attended to by the likes of Arnold Schwarzenegger
Yeah.
and Chris Pratt.
You got the
Yeah.
bomb, Bob.
Yeah.
Mad Lad becomes wildly popular, but eventually dies at the age of 43 after 3 marriages to blonde women and a cocaine addiction.
Sounds like a good life.
Well, we missed him.
So,
What a bad lad.
Shaft Chadwell, tragically dead in Shadwell's undercover office after being shot in the shoulder by Rathu, the genius rat. could actually play Taps.
I'm getting it right now.
Shaft Chadwell grew up. Play the one with the American background, like the flag background. It's the
The
best.
fact that
version
you
of
know.
Taps. I play Taps a lot on my phone for comedic effect. Born just outside of London Beach, California, Shaft Chadwell actually grew up neighbors with Shadwell unknowingly. When he was 14, he decided to turn his life around and dedicate it to crime. Following his cousin Chad Shaftwell's footprints, Shaftwell by name and reputation. Chadwell, well, he was a Chad, like we say, pumping every day. Actually pitched an idea for some sort of gym to Mad Lad at some point, but Mad Lad probably wasn't listening. But
Hopped up on
yeah, after his death, it really stuck with Mad Lad and was an inspiration. Shaft Chadwell didn't really want much from his peers except encourage greatness out of them. Where he was so unlucky, he really had the sort of enthusiasm that you look for in people, the kind that shines a spotlight on other people's souls and brings out the best in them. In this case, their best criminal activity. Tragically dying in Area 51 meant there was never a proper burial, but what was left of his family after the Kuwait invasion did gather together to sort of shovel dirt into a river in honor of him. They sang a song that day. They sang a song that day in honor of Shaft Chadwell, one of his favorites.
Will you sing it for us?
I will. It's called Wonderwall. Shaft Chadwell always said, "Don't go chasing waterfalls," and in the end, it was his waterfall, Rathu, that killed him. So, his
Making
downfall.
it is back for a new
We've
season.
got an ad.
Nick Offerman, ladies and gentlemen, with Amy Poehler.
Amazing.
I watch too much YouTube.
Yeah, rest in peace.
This song makes me so emotional. Gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. Find out each other somehow, realize what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Oh my God. That means the word is on the street that the fire in your heart is out. I'm sure you heard it all before, but you never really had it down. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now.
Oh, Chadwell.
Oh, we miss him so much. And all the roads we have to walk are winding. They wind, they wind. And all the lights that lead the way are blinding. The light, there are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. We don't know how because he's done. He's so done. He's so done.
I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. It's too painful.
And after all, anyway,
Cool. Moving on.
moving
Alright.
on.
Dance break, coach.
So what's the conclusion of Chad Shaft?
Chad Shaftwell.
He's back.
Yeah.
I was
Did you
in
make
this.
yourself cry?
I was in this for 2 reasons.
The actor, ladies and gentlemen.
Well,
Woo!
There's a reason he's TikTok famous.
I was in this for 2 reasons: the wealth and the revenge. I managed to sell all them alien cheeks that we got from Area 51, and made myself a princely sum. I then managed to leak some of Rathu's rat inside rat hand information to the United States government and got average what's the word?
Like when you file a grievance against a cop.
Disbarred?
No, that's a lawyer.
Oh yeah.
Citizen's arrest.
Like a quarantine, but some.
Anyway, stripped of her titles, kicked out the police force for raiding Area 51. as revenge from back
Sorry, average roll.
in 2007 in kindergarten. Growing up with Average Love, she stole my grapefruit drink box in kindergarten. And I never forgave her.
It's true.
And finally, a lifetime of being just naturally cool and calm led to the perfect revenge. The destruction of her dreams. And also, on the anniversary of the cave incident, every year, I send,
What you mean?
Bryn a dog whistle every year on the anniversary of the accident
What a petty little.
to remind her that it was I that betrayed her.
It wasn't me.
Basically, both of them betrayed me, and
I
yeah.
sent her a postcard.
I
I
never
spent-
got over that. In case
I-
you were wondering.
I spent, unfortunately, it wasn't all sunshine and roses. I spent the rest of my life being known as the alien guy, and my book deal fell through.
Oh man.
Mine went
But now I'm on the History Channel all the time.
Classic. Ah,
Thank you for tuning into the View.
yeah.
That was follow. If you could follow. The pen is. Did you put the pen there or did it stop right there?
It stopped right there.
Oh, conspiracy.
Is it on camera? It's just.
Angsty
Just
zoom in.
stop.
Look at
We
that. That
totally
is
played this
amazing.
game wrong, but it's
Yeah, I know, right?
Look at that. Look, that's so good. That's all right.
I actually had a lot of fun doing this. Wow.
I think we butchered it.
Yeah, totally.
I feel like this was not that great, but okay.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Look, it
but
says
also
failure
it was
does not
really
stop
fun.
You know?
Failure does not stop us. It didn't stop us, man.
In
Me too.
in